What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, Mammoth Legend, Honcho Day, the Don back here at When and Where. If this is your first time to the channel, please like and subscribe at the bottom of the page. And if you got something to say as far as a comment, say what you got to say, because I'm not here to discriminate. Alright, so bringing us to our topic today, we're going to talk about Deebo Samuel and AJ Brown. As we know, this has been one of the craziest off seasons, if not the craziest one that we have had in a very, very long time, in which Tyreek Hill, Khalil Mack, and etc. A couple guys have been traded as far as elite pass rushers to elite pass catchers. And with the receiver market right now, Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill are making between 27 and 30 million a year with their new teams, and AJ Brown and Deebo Samuel only have 1 year left on their rookie contracts. Now, with all that being said, these guys have been trying to get extensions from their teams for quite some time, and it seems like there's been a hiccup between both of the parties, between two of the guys. AJ Brown and Deebo Samuel share the same agent, so their agent is going to do everything in their power to get them the highest paid contract of all time at this point, and if not that, one of the biggest contracts of all time, of course, at the receiving position. So I wanted to drop a couple of ideas on who I think could possibly make a trade for these guys, because we have the NFL draft here in a couple of days here, in which it could possibly happen on draft day. So let's tune in to see who could possibly dip their hand into this receiver market and who's willing to pay these guys somewhere between 25 to 30 million a year.
Hey, let me get those, man. Me too. What y'all willing to give? Pop-Tarts, brown sugar cinnamon, Frosted, Snickers, Kit Kat, Butterfinger, Christmas edition. Wasn't Christmas like 2 months ago, bro? Alright, hold on, bro. Double stuffed Oreos, full pack. Oh, snap. You better one up that one, bro. Boom. Chicka pop, sweet and salty. Hey, bro, that's a deal. Wait. I'll give you my laptop, man. My laptop. Roblox, cool math games, and Minecraft? Yeah. Settled. No. Say no more. Game over, bro. Wait, I'll give you my house.
Alright, so to get us started, I wanted to bring up a wildcard team, in which that is the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Arizona Cardinals, as we know it, need offensive line help and defensive help. But recently, Kyler Murray has been pretty frustrated with the organization, with contract talks, with how the team is looking as far as the future, and etc. So they need to do something to make him happy. There was reports that they're really intrigued with Jameson Williams, in which we don't know how the draft is going to go as far as the receivers falling where to for future teams, in which they might just have their best bet to just go for a veteran guy like AJ Brown. Now, of course, Deebo Samuel doesn't come into this conversation because obvious reason, with San Fran and Arizona being rivals. But with AJ Brown here, he would definitely help out as far as an instant impact, being on the opposite side of DeAndre Hopkins, and then also keeping Kyler Murray happy in the meantime. Next team I wanted to bring up was the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs still to this day need a wide receiver one at this point, as they let Tyreek Hill go in the trade to the Miami Dolphins, in which some fans are going to ask, if they didn't want to pay Tyreek Hill all that money, why would they want to pay Deebo Samuel or AJ Brown all that money? Well, first things first, youth comes into a factor. Tyreek Hill will be 29 years old next year, in which it seemed like that's all been a blur, but that's reality. He's getting closer to 30 before you know it. AJ Brown, 24, 25 years old. Deebo Samuel, 26, 27 years old. So age is working in a factor, in which the wide receiver market as we know it now is going to keep on going up and up, and eventually whatever team pays these guys is going to be like almost an average number one day, as crazy as that sounds. So I don't think it's far-fetched as far as landing one of those guys at Kansas City with a new contract, because Tyreek Hill wanted to get closer back to home in reality also. And in Miami, there's no taxes. And I mean, who wouldn't want to live in Miami in the sunshine with $30 million a year and no taxes? I can't blame him for that. Next team I wanted to bring up is the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles was surprisingly pretty good last year with their rookie head coach and Jalen Hurts taking over the helm after Carson Wentz was let go. They was able to run the ball. I believe they were number one in rushing offense last year with a group of guys as far as the running committee, from Gainwell to Miles Sanders to Boston Scott to Jalen Hurts himself. So let's get them some help as far as some receivers, because outside of Devontae Smith, it's not really promising. Jalen Reagor hasn't really stepped up. And I mean, Deebo Samuel and A.J. Brown will help out tremendously for Jalen Hurts. And also, Philadelphia has multiple first-round picks in this year's draft, in which that could be pretty intriguing for either team, especially, like I said earlier, for a Titans team that doesn't have a lot of depth with draft picks not having a second-round pick this year. Next team I want to bring up is the Green Bay Packers. It's been 20 plus years at this point that the Green Bay Packers have drafted a receiver in the first round, and I believe that receiver was Javon Walker. So it's been a long time in which they could do it this year in this year's draft with a couple favorites for the wide receiver board. But as we know it, sometimes it seems like the Packers come off as a team they want to be more established with more veteran guys. So they are another team that has multiple first round picks in this year's draft, in which there was another team that was willing to pay Devontae Adams, but Devontae Adams just decided ultimately that he wanted to live in Vegas instead of Green Bay's cold weather, and who blames him for that? So I think you could land one of these guys, also A.J. Brown or Deebo Samuel, to the Packers, in which that would solve a receiver problem for Aaron Rodgers for years to come, in which, how many years is that again? Last team I wanted to bring up today is the New York Football Jets. So look, Pete, A.J. Brown and Elijah Moore have been knowing each other for a long time, and they were teammates in college. So, A.J. Brown really admires Elijah Moore as far as for his talent and his work ethic. There's a video as far as showing his emotional feelings about how he feels towards Elijah Moore. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to play with him once again with a star young quarterback like Zach Wilson, who can make every throw on the football field. And then you have Deebo Samuel on the other side here that you can use either the number 4 or the number 10 pick overall, or even both, to land Deebo Samuel, who's ready to get that big contract that he deserves, and he's ready to be used as a receiver only at this point to show what his true value is at that position. So I think the Jets have a really good chance to land either or of these guys. There's been a rumor that the Jets and the 49ers have already came up with an agreement for Deebo. They just don't want to spill the beans, and they just want to wait till draft day apparently. But I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've seen on my side here about him going to the Jets potentially, and A.J. Brown having a connection already with Elijah Moore on the team. So that brings us to the conclusion of our video today about A.J. Brown and Deebo Samuel, about what's going to happen if they don't get their contracts extended with their current teams. Hopefully these guys can get taken care of as far as for the money that they deserve, especially both guys being second round picks, overachieving. The idea of thinking like, hey, we could be those guys as far as receiver ones, even if we're not drafting in the first round. So I know that these guys deserve it. I believe that they deserve it as far as the big contract for their second contract to set up their family for generations. And all it just comes down to now is to see what team is going to do it. Once again, I'm yours truly, Mad Myth Legend, Honcho Data down here at When and Where. And please feel free to drop a comment of who you think is going to be the best fit for either or for these guys, for their future teams as they get the big money paycheck here soon. And please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already done it already, so you can be notified for any future videos that I got going on for you. So with that being said, you guys be safe, and I'll tap in with you guys later.